frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up
with the New York Giants. Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. To throw is Wilson.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Wilson.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Now, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was Washington winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here at FedEx Field.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter.
As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Farrell.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Looking to throw. Farrell. And he's got his man on the out route. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one. 38 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Barkley, toss play left. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. Back to throw. Farrell. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the gun on 3rd down. Farrell. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but They want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
Second and 8. On the counter, Gibson.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. We're scoreless after 1.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football,
as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Here's Wilson.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Farrell. He finds his man. Complete. That's Brewer. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position, because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the gun on 3rd down. Farrell. Flush to his right. And he's taken down. Trying to do a little too much. Getting outside of the pocket. And it results in a sack. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They go play action now. Wilson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Here's Wilson. He's got it to Gibson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I'm here all day. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far.
It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Wilson to throw. Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way that's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through.
And it's 3-0 Washington. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Tackle made by Chase Young.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, Farrell. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Farrell. And a throw right sideline is complete. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there for the Giants.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
2nd and goal from the 1. Another try for Barkley, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 21st touchdown of the season, and the Giants have taken the lead. The point after is good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Washington 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Flushed out right. Got a man. It's Diaby Brown, complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. Buying time to his left. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunky yardage picked up there.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Play action. Now Wilson. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
To throw on 2nd down, Farrell. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Farrell, he's going to let this one go deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 23. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
It got his man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 81 yards. And Washington has retaken the lead. Boy, Charles, you have to be impressed with how Terry McLaurin has quickly become one of the better receivers in the NFL, and this is all effort here.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. And this is something you don't see too much of. Fullbacks trying to stretch the field. But he does a nice job there getting lost out in space and comes up with a really nice gain.
On 1st and 10, Farrell.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Gibson.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fighting through. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach Can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Farrell to Barkley on the check down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Off-play action. Farrell. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Off the play fake. Farrell gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun. Farrell. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Off-play action. Farrell.
That'll be caught. It's Toney.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his...
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Giants have tied it here, and they can take the lead if they hit the PAT. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Play action. It's Wilson. Looking right sideline. That's complete. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Gibson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Wilson gets rid of it quickly. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And on an RPO, everything happens so fast, and as a defender, you can't get stuck trying to figure out what's going on. That time he had it figured out in a flash, and he was able to make a beeline to the receiver and make the play.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run with Gibson.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson.
His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And Washington has once again taken the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Farrell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now Saquon Barkley. Barkley a 1st down and more. Past the 20.
Go time, baby.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Boy, we've had some great running backs in the NFL the last decade or so. Saquon Barkley might be among the smoothest of them all. What a heck of a run right there.
And they've had little to no success stopping him on the ground all game long because that's his 3rd touchdown of the game. And by far, the best touchdown of the bunch. They came in this game knowing that they needed to rely on him, and the defense knew they needed to slow him down, yet he's delivered in a big way, and he's been sensational.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Wilson's throw taken in by Samuel.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Escaping the pressure right.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Washington on third down,
3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's make these babies cry all day back. Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Back. Alert flash.
Now Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time, the team making...
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Check the out. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
58 Mike. Alert. You. 58, boys. 58 Mike.
From the gun on third down, Wilson.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off near the 44. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On second down, here's Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
We got this.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown.
You thought you had it.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Giants look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. The extra point up and good. And the lead now up to 14. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On first down, Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 35. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up first and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Evades the tackler, and now some space.
We live for this.
Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season.
And the Giants are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. A big offensive